Do 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 do. That's the cowbell, by the way. Ting ting ting
Don't
ting.
nope 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 bow
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 bow bow
bow
bow
wow
bow
wow
bow.
wow wow
It's
wow wow
such a
wow
cool
wow,
song,
and then
dude. It was one of my first guitar riffs I learned too back in the day, for sure.
Heartbreaker
My
soul
first act.
shaker.
I've been told about you.
Join the debate, bring your own cup. Hard rockin' kings with a full plate. Heels in quads, you can't run late.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Heels and Quads Media. As per Tommy's shirt right there, Tommy does not have jaundice. That's Tommy. And
Not
I'm
to be
Levi.
confused with John Dice.
I was worried about the lighting making him look like he had jaundice. Yeah, not to be confused with my alter ego, John Dice.
Yes.
But jaundice, the liver issue that Val Kilmer had in Tombstone or whatever. No, he didn't have jaundice. He was the opposite of that.
Tuberculosis.
Yes, that's right. He was white and sweaty instead of
Yeah.
yellow and sweaty.
I'm still in my prime.
Not to make fun of jaundice or anything.
Yeah.
I know it happens.
Shout out to Val Kilmer, who just passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, shout out to Val Kilmer, who also just passed away, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That I keep forgetting that.
Two favorite Val Kilmer roles. Batman, of course, because that was summer '95. Said it 1,000 times. My favorite summer of all time. And that came out that year, and I saw it in the theater and bought the soundtrack. And Dieter von Kuntz in MacGruber.
Not Tombstone. Not
No.
Doc Holliday. No,
No.
wait, who's Doc Holliday was Kurt
him
Russell.
being a villain in MacGruber, which is a hilarious movie and underrated, was awesome. And I got to see it in the theater, and I saw it, like, me and my brother were both pretty tanked. We snuck in a bottle of Bacardi 151.
Into the movie theater.
We got hammered and watched MacGruber. And we were legal age. We just...
You just had to sneak it in so you're not going to pay $300 for a soda.
Yeah.
Was he Doc? I'm tripping on this Val Kilmer thing. He was Doc Holliday, right?
Yeah.
Wyatt Earp was Kurt Russell. Yes, that's
Yes.
right. And then Bill Paxton was Billy the Kid or something.
I think so, yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Val Kilmer.
Honorable mention, though, Val Kilmer is Jim Morrison in The Doors. Because he looked and
There you
sounded
go.
just like him.
And here I am talking about Tombstone.
But I mean, Tombstone's a cool movie.
But you rank things above that.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
okay.
Yeah, but that's
You
me.
do.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of Val Kilmer stuff other than Batman.
Top
I know he's been in
Gun.
a lot of movies.
He was in
Never
Top
seen
Gun.
it.
You never saw
Never
Top Gun?
You could list off probably 25 movies and be like, you ever seen it? You ever seen it? And I probably would have maybe seen one.
Wow.
I'm bad
okay.
about movies, man. I'm bad about
Amanda's the same way, though. She's still never watched Breakfast Club all the way through. Ferris Bueller.
That's one of my favorites, though.
Yeah. Breakfast Club is like... That's
like-
gateway into adulthood.
That is, and it resonated with me because I was in detention all the time. So I was like, this is, maybe
No,
I'm
Dad,
Nelson.
what about you?
Yeah, except my dad didn't hit me with a cigar.
Well, our dads weren't
in the
around.
garage. Yeah, true. Yeah, it must be nice to get fucking burnt by a cigar once in a while.
I mean, I'd welcome that shit. Judd Nelson.
Yeah, Judd. Anyways, we're back to talk about some vinyl again because
that's funny.
that seems to be our new thing, is talking about music and vinyl and stuff, and throw shit at wall, see what sticks. Throw shit at wall and see what sticks.
Throw shit. That's a T-shirt.
Throw shit at wall, and it's just
one. It's like a panel. One, throw shit at wall. Two, see if it sticks. And then three, it's just Rob going with a handle.
With two handles. Oh. Back. You know where. Anyways, yeah. So we got some vinyl to talk about, and Tommy's got a quite interesting story.
I've got a tale of two cities. But before we get into the bread and butter of the show, the meat and potatoes, we had kind of an idea, and I don't know if we want to leave this in and maybe let the viewers decide about the channel change. Because I feel like we're just bogged down in this weird algo. Because I think a lot of our stuff I could just kind of edit into a way and take it over there and release it over time. because a
Yeah.
lot of stuff I've already re-released several times when we don't do anything. And I'm like, channel feels a little stagnant. We haven't had a handful of subscribers in a while. But if we change the name, we're toying with the working title of Short Kings Vinyl.
Yeah.
So
That's
I don't know if the viewers want to chime in. Should we do a whole rebrand, or what should we do?
not like a whole new channel, just a new name.
No. It would move to a new channel.
A move to a new channel. Okay, yeah. And then
Yeah.
we got to build. It's the subscriber
It's
base. You got to
literally
build
like
again.
building it back from the ground up. But
Well, let's try it.
it's a whole different thing. I don't know. I just feel like people aren't finding it because I feel like that wrestling tag is still in it.
Yeah,
Like
it's kind of
somewhere in the ones and zeros, it's still
it's
in there.
it's in there. I don't know, and I'm not completely sold on Short King's vinyl because it's Gen Z lingo, but it's
Yeah,
funny. You
it's
know,
funny. It's funny because we're both
it's short.
short.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", he's 6'1", so
Yeah,
yeah,
so short, dude.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Leave that if that's left in, then chime in the comments and see what you think. Would you go to the other channel too? And we
Or
could always
if
put out a video on this one being like, hey, we moved to a new channel.
yeah,
This is it. Here's the link.
or
Boom.
if
Put
you
it in a
don't
short.
want us to change it, comment also and say just leave it the way it is
Yeah.
because it's the comments that get us boosted up in that algo. Because the
Yeah.
last two videos they stalled out.
And here's the thing
It would
about heels and
start good.
quads. It doesn't make any sense.
It
Heels
doesn't.
and quads.
It
I
doesn't
think
make
about that
sense.
and I'm like, I always just forget that that's what we call it.
It's
But like,
literally the first thing that we said.
it was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turned into this and it's like, it just doesn't
And
really.
I mean, I hate to just not do it anymore, like not call it that, but it's like
I
maybe it
think it's time.
is.
It's been almost what 8 years now. It's probably
Yeah.
time to move on. We're going on 8 years. Yeah, I'm 2,000 subscribers, which is great because you get
Yeah.
kiss videos and stuff. But
It's not just that.
well, the shorts, like the
The
shorts,
shorts
helped
did
a lot
that.
with that. But yeah, I think we should toy around with the idea of a new channel and just kind of see
Yeah.
where that goes,
Or
and not
we
necessarily
could also
abandon
leave
them.
that up to the viewers. Like, what would
Yeah,
you give us some ideas for some names? There we go. I like that.
I think you're right, man. I think the wrestling thing's got us buried in the algorithm.
Yeah. We buried ourselves.
Yeah. We did. To coin a wrestling term, we
Yeah.
buried ourselves. Yeah, that's good. We have some vinyl to show off, before that, I feel it has to be addressed as Tommy's story of his recent vinyl adventure. His, what to be precise, a 13-day adventure,
It
almost
was
2 weeks.
no, it was almost 3 weeks total.
Jeez.
I ordered a copy. I finally found a used copy, OG press of Kiss Hot in the Shade, which not a huge fan of the album, but as a Kiss fan and a vinyl collector, gotta have it in the collection. So finally found one online, rando record store, never heard of it, looked through it, seemed legit, found an article on the store, so I'm like, okay, well, if it's in the press, then it's gotta be legit. So, whatever, use PayPal so that way if I don't ever hear anything or ever get the record, then it's, covered PayPal because they're pretty good. I've never had any issues through PayPal about getting you your money back if you don't get something. So I ordered it on a Friday. This would have been Jesus, I don't even know at this point because spoiler alert, I've already ordered another copy and that was already
A couple days ago.
it'll be a week Tuesday. So this would have
Damn.
been 3 weeks from this past Friday, whatever date that is. I don't know. End of March then?
I'll tell you.
It would have been March 21st, 22nd. Is that?
What's last Friday? Yeah, 21st would have
Yeah,
been
so I
when
ordered
you
it
ordered
Friday,
it.
Friday, March 21st. And like I said, never heard of this record store. So ordered it
But it's a
Friday. What's up?
reputable. It should be. he or she should be somewhat reputable because there's a loaded Discogs page and the store, right?
Right. Yeah. And
With good
to
reviews.
right. So Friday I ordered it. Saturday, or I got the confirmation that, they got my order or whatever. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, hadn't heard anything. And I just, not knowing who it was or whatever. This is before I found the Discogs page. I just sent a simple email because it says reply to this with any questions, the confirmation email. So I sent an email and it just said, hey, just curious when this would ship. Thanks, Tommy Walter. Ended it, sent it, whatever. And just like stressful because I mean, after tax and shipping, $61, that's kind of out of my comfort zone as far as records go for right now. um,
And a very good price on that version
right.
of that
And it,
record.
and
So
it, and it looked good and all
yeah.
that. So I was like, okay, cool.
You got the too good to be true in the back of your mind always too.
Right, right. So then, so I sent that the following Tuesday after I ordered it. Wednesday, Thursday, still hadn't heard anything. So Thursday, I'm like, I'll give it one more day. I think I sent the second email the Friday, so that would have been a full week. And granted, the shipping was 2 to 11 days shipping, but it was $11, and that's a little steep ski for shipping on a
Mhm.
record that you can literally, I know because, I get them all the time. It's like $3, $4 to ship one. Maybe a little more, $5 maybe.
Also, benefit of the doubt because this was a whole saga
Yeah.
I was
Oh
involved
yeah.
in.
You
So,
were in the
not to
haystack.
hijack your story, but
No, yeah.
it was like spring break time.
Right.
So
My
it's like
kids were on spring break, so I
maybe
assumed
this person is not doing this right
right.
now because they're out of the
Maybe
country or
they're out of
whatever.
town.
Anyways,
But
yeah.
like I said, if they are out of town or on vacation, or if there was an emergency, I brought that up. There could have been an emergency in their family or something could happen. Like even then, if you're a business owner, you have the mindset to be like, I should probably like let my buyers know like there's a way to just go on your website and easily change like, hey, shipping times may run longer than usual because of an emergency or whatever, or I'm
Email
out of
auto
town or out of the
reply.
country. Yeah, email auto reply, something. There's ways around this. Good customer service. So
Yes.
then after I sent that Tuesday, I'm gonna have to chop this the fuck up. Sent that Tuesday, the first one, then sent another email on Friday, I believe. And then I said, "Hey, I'm just curious. I haven't heard anything other than confirmation email. I let me actually just pull up the fucking
Should
email
pull up the
because now
emails because
I'm getting hot because I'm thinking about it.
it's a whole saga
But
of
I want to
it's a
also
whole
make
chain of
sure
emails.
that I'm correct with the process. Okay, hello. I replied to the confirmation email to no response. Assuming you didn't see it, just curious when the record will ship. I didn't see anything on the site regarding shipping time. Then I went back and looked after I sent that, which was stupid. I should have looked first, but went back and looked, and then I was like, oh, it's 2 to 11 business days. So I saw that his store is open on Saturdays and Sundays, but they're closed on Mondays. So I'm like, okay, I did the math and it matched up to where it would have last whenever I ordered the new one. That Thursday would have been 11 business days. So I was cool. I was waiting, but at this point I'm just peeved by no response. I'm
Hmm.
like, this dude's ghosting me. Is he even getting these emails? So record collector. I'm like, I'm gonna look this motherfucker up and see if he's got a Discogs. Sure as shit, find his Discogs, send him a message there. This was again another, what, 2 days later, I think I sent
Hmm.
this, something like that. So found him. I said, hello, I'm assuming this is the same beep 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 as the website. I sent two emails from my personal email address to their business email address that went unnoticed concerning the copy of Kiss Hot in the Shade I ordered last Friday. I'm just curious when this will ship, as I've not bought from you before. See, again, I'm being nice. As I've not bought from you before and haven't heard anything. I understand that as a seller, you may be backed up on orders, so I'm just looking for positive reassurance. Thanks for your time, Tommy Walter. Nice as can be. Man, I'm almost too nice sometimes.
So professional.
And then as soon as I send that, I send you the screenshot, and I'm like, I kind of feel like I was passive aggressive, but also nice. Um, and this is the thing that pissed me off because after I send that, then I start sending screenshots of feedback from orders
Successful
that
orders.
he's shipped out on Discogs after
Yeah.
I ordered
Yeah.
mine on his business website of his store. So I'm like, how the fuck can I order from you directly from your business? But Discogs, which is a great place, I love Discogs, but you're putting them in priority. And not only that, the shipping cost is $3-4 per record, and the shipping time is 2 to 6 business days. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? How is that even okay as a business owner?
Hmm.
And I'm looking at this strictly as I feel like I'm getting ripped off, one, but I never canceled the order because I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm already in, 3 emails in at this point 2 weeks. So then last Tuesday, we were texting about something else, and I was like, still nothing. And you're like, still nothing from that bitch or whatever you said. And I was like, no. And then like literally I went and checked the the shop app, whatever that thing is that you order, whatever some certain sites you order from, it'll go to the same little shop app or whatever on your
Oh
iPhone.
yeah. Yeah.
And it said refunded. Like literally it felt like it changed as I opened it. And I was like, what the fuck? So didn't respond to 2 emails and a direct message on Discogs and refunded with no explanation. Like all he had to say was, "Hey, I
Still
could,
not a peep.
hey, I couldn't find it. Hey, must have been misplaced. Hey, maybe I sold it in the store and I just forgot to unlist it from
I'd
the
be happy
site.
to. I'd be happy to throw you $4 off another record or
Yeah,
what.
hey,
Whatever,
hey,
man.
you want this nice clean copy of Killers that I have in place, or is there another Kiss record or another record? Nothing, not a fucking peep. And that's the thing that just absolutely drives me nuts. It's like if you're gonna run a fucking business, if you're gonna be a record dealer, like this shit doesn't happen on eBay. Or
Yeah.
rarely have I heard like of shit go awry.
Yeah.
And Discog especially because they got their shit locked down. Like I don't ever hear any fucking complaints about that, other than maybe shipping time and you don't actually see pictures of what you're getting. You're just kind of rolling the
Yeah.
dice. Now there are instances where you can email the seller and they'll send you pictures or whatever. But anyway, so I sit there and stewed on it. Motherfucker. I just can't believe it. Like I was so excited when I ordered it because I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting it and it at a reasonable price at least finally.
Because when you sent it to me, I saw that you paid 60 for it, and I was like, "Ooh, damn! I wonder if that's just new or whatever." And then I had looked it up, and I was like, "Oh shit! It's just one of those records that's
Yeah,
three
that's
hundred
always
dollars
yeah, because
or
they just weren't
yeah,
pressing that many.
yeah."
Um, so I thought about it for a little bit and started looking, and I found one in the UK, the same Vertigo pressing with the Vertigo label, the cool label, UK label,
Not
had
to
the
be
hype
confused with you
sticker
two.
on it, all that shit. Yeah, not to be confused with you two, the song, but it's coming from the UK. And the one time that I ordered from the UK, I got fucked. However, this one's already shipped. It's at the International Shipping Hub. I've heard that. I've heard horror stories of that. So I told Levi before we started, I'm just expecting a pile of dust at this point.
It should be okay
I
though.
think
We
it'll be
should
okay.
you should get a copy of Hot in the Shade in the next. But that one, like, because it's international, you expect 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, like it
But the
says the
fact that
end of the month.
the
So I'm like,
customer
okay, cool.
service
Yeah, it's
with
the
the
customer service and the lack of, just like he
on the
doesn't know
canceled
that I
order.
have this show. I could have came on here. I'd never said his business's name. I didn't say his name, which I found out through that article I read. But like I didn't message him on social media. I didn't look for his personal social media and blast him there, or find his wife's. I wasn't trying to be crazy
Yeah.
about it. If I spend money on something, especially, $61 after tax and shipping for a record, I
Yeah, that's
want my shit.
that's a chunk of change
Or if
for
I
an album.
send you an email and you don't respond and you're a business owner, after that long, you look like an asshole.
Especially when you get excited that you finally found,
And
like, oh my God,
that's
I
what
actually found.
had I not been so excited about it, I think I would have been
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
I
But
think
that
that's the
hurts.
majority of why I was acting like a crazy person. And I don't think I was, but when I hear it, it sounds like I'm crazy.
I got allergy eyes happening right now.
Oh, allergy eyes are
They're
watching
they're,
you.
they're really bothering me at the moment.
So
Ah.
anyways, this story is to be continued as we await its arrival from the
Hopefully
UK.
the next episode will be like, hey, look at
Yeah.
Out in the Shade.
But after I did order
Cool.
that and I stewed on it some more, I got pissed off again. And I sent the guy another email and I said, hey, can you tell me why this was refunded? And that was last Tuesday. It's been almost a week. No response to that
Yeah.
either. That's shitty. So if I ever come across something I want from him on Discogs, I'm not going to buy it from him.
Yeah, no.
Although I kind of want to buy something from him on Discogs and just be like, oh, yeah, remember that
Anonymously.
Hot in the Shade that you
I
didn't
kind of want to,
buy it through
yeah.
your Discogs? I'll send you money to buy it through Discogs.
I kind of want to buy something on the guy's Discogs and just be like, hey, I'm just curious, your customer service, or get him talking to me
Yeah,
first
yeah.
and then go, hey, I had a friend that
Really
ordered an
chum
album
him
from
up.
you and you just canceled it.
Yeah.
And didn't say anything, ghosted his emails, ghosted his messages, everything, and he never
I
got
bet.
it. You refunded him, which was nice, but like,
Yeah.
what happened
Yeah,
there?
I'm
Did you see
fine
that
with
that
that.
album was worth more than what you had it listed for?
That's
Had you already
another thing.
sold
We didn't
it?
even mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you hit that one before I even
That
thought about it.
yeah, that he probably was like, oh shit, I can get $200 out of this or whatever,
Yeah.
But all the person had to do was say, hey, even if that was the case, just hey, I didn't realize I've already sold it, man. I'd be happy to discount you on another record. The guy's got
Like
a
I said,
slew of them.
somebody came in the store, offered me 90 for it. I took it. I'm sorry. You
No feelings hurt. It
as a
sucks,
business
but
person, I would have been like, totally get it. I mean, I'm
yeah,
kind of
cool.
pissed because I bought it first, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But you're lazy. Your lazy ass sat around and didn't ship it fast enough.
Money, to, money
Whatever it
talks and bullshit
is,
walks.
it's just still pretty wild that
Yeah. And just
that
still
sucks, man.
no response. And
Still to
he's
this
on
day, no
Discogs.
response. Yeah. Probably go look at it right now, and he'll have some new
Oh
review.
yeah,
Oh my
some new
god,
feedback.
fast seller,
Yeah,
amazing.
amazing packaging,
Yeah.
lightning fast ship. I always say something like lightning fast shipping because I like to
Lightning
make them
fast.
sound really good.
Make it feel
Which
good, yeah.
one that I did get today, I actually got a Kiss record. Got it yesterday, and it was here 6 days. Pretty good.
Yeah, see, we've been sending screenshots back and forth of like, not so hard, is it?
Yeah.
For records coming in.
Just trashing the dude. But yeah, I would never trash somebody on.
No, but it's just one of those things. You just need closure.
Yeah.
That's it. I need it. I need closure for you too. I want to know what happened and why. I really think it's because dude saw the price it was listed at and was like, oh man, I can get some serious coins. So I want to keep an eye on his website or Discogs.
I'll look right now and see if it's available.
See if it's relisted. Because if that's the case, then that answers
because
the whole thing.
I did notice it wasn't on his Discogs.
So maybe he didn't have it.
So maybe he just didn't have it.
Maybe the website, he just didn't update his website. You know how people are with stuff
but
like that.
As soon as I bought it from the website, it said sold out.
Well, maybe he's got live inventory on there. I don't know. But you know how people are of like, if they have a website, an Amazon, and an eBay, their Amazon and eBay are always more up to date versus their website's always behind. Because people don't really use like the websites as much. They use the stuff people uses all the time. People don't go to websites a lot. If somebody can buy something on Amazon, they're gonna because it's faster.
Well, and if I saw it on Discogs for that price, I would have paid it there too. But like I said, after I bought it,
did you look up the website?
Yeah,
Or
it wasn't on. It wasn't on there. It still
Okay.
says sold out.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Well, to be continued.
Yeah, I'd like to scroll through his feedback and see if I can find it.
Oh
See if
man,
he did sell it.
that's some crazy ex-girlfriend shit, but that's
Yeah,
actually like I would do it. I mean,
I feel like
just to
Columbo right
see.
now.
Just to see. Yeah.
Oh,
MacGruber.
just one more thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I just think it's really shitty customer service, and that it's kind of a rant, and you probably don't care about it, or maybe you do, but I know that we were really engaged in the texting back and forth on it.
Oh yeah.
Because you were like, because you're still fairly new to it, so like that kind of shit could scare you off from doing it. And I
It
even
makes
knew
you
it
not
like
wanna.
when I bought it from there because I'm that's not something I do.
Hmm.
Like just a random site.
Yeah. Usually you get it off eBay or Amazon or whatever. You
But
know, it's
I tip my
Discogs.
cap to the guy for at least refunding my money and not trying to get away with something, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. But well, in that case, you could always report his ass, and then you'd have to get your money refunded.
Right,
Or
right, and that's why I
so.
use PayPal when I buy anything.
Yeah, you can do that, and then that's gonna be a hit on the seller or whatever. But yeah, that's sucky, man. But I to try to give benefit of the doubt, like play devil's advocate a little bit, like maybe he didn't update the website, and then you
Yeah,
bought it, and it just was like he didn't have it. And
but that
but
just
in that case, just email back and go, dude, I'm sorry. Again, same thing. I forgot to change the website. The inventory wasn't live. I
yeah, I
sold
just
it.
didn't have it.
I'm happy to give you,
Yeah,
buy one get one free. What? It doesn't even have to be that. $5 off,
yeah,
something, whatever.
yeah.
Just to make it right. Free shipping, not $11 2 to 11 business day shipping. Because $11
Tell me
shipping
what you
for
want, and I'll get it out the door today.
yeah, exactly. Yes, boom, easy. Oh, you want killers? Okay, I'm heading to the post office
I would
now.
have been happy with that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
100%,
I
man.
wouldn't have said another peep about it.
And then probably not even like look at the website. It doesn't have anything I want. No, you're good, man. I appreciate it. That's
Yeah.
it. But just
Yeah.
a timely response and just
Or
tell you, hey, dude,
just a
sorry.
response in
A
general.
response, a response. Even if it was like those people that don't read messages or emails and just goes, okay,
Who just
you know,
refunds somebody and doesn't shoot them a message like, "Hey, sorry, what,
here's
whatever."
why you're getting refunded.
Yeah.
That's
Like
it. That's all you gotta do, man.
even when you do a pickup order at Walmart and they do the holding fee or whatever, they send you
Yeah.
a message letting you know they adjusted your account and that's why.
Yeah. Well, Walmart's Walmart. I don't know, but it's lame, dude. That's really lame. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
a
bummed.
lame and it's a
I'm bummed
shame.
about it, but
But you got
who
one coming.
knows? Maybe this one, I mean, it looks
Hey,
better, so
I'm on the Kiss collecting train now,
you
and
are.
luckily you got all your Kiss stuff before all these prices got inflated because now I'm
You've
seeing
got a
some
couple of
expensive
deals
shit.
though, including today. You got a deal today.
Yeah, you'll see the deal on the next episode, but
I'd like to compare our copies when you get it and
mine's
see
probably
whose
fucking
is
looks like they
nicer.
played frisbee with it or
I don't
something.
know, the back of mine's kind of got a little water damage to it.
I will say I'm seeking out like I want to get the original kind of makeup run done, so I
Yeah.
I definitely need self-titled. I need or the first album slash self-titled Dress to Kill, and I need Destroyer. I don't have Destroyer. I have
Yeah.
Love Gun, but I don't have Destroyer. And then Creatures, like I want Creatures, but we were texting about that yesterday of like why is Creatures so expensive? Like it's always like $30 to $40.
Yeah.
Which I say expensive. I know that's not like, but you can find most Kiss
Yeah,
stuff like
but
OGs.
man,
You can find used.
there was a time where
Some
I
of them have
mean,
the price tag and it says $5 on it
yeah,
from the
you could
'80s or whatever.
yeah,
You
well
know?
not only that, but I mean even like early 2000s and stuff. Nobody was collecting, so you could get this
Yeah, that would
shit
have been
for
the
like
time.
$5 to $15. I
See,
mean,
and now I,
I think my copy of Alive that I have was I want to say like $18, and that was probably in
Alive One.
that was
Yeah, it's 30 now for sure.
I got that in '05,
Oh
and
shit,
I got
you've
Love
had
Gun
vinyl
the
for a
same
while.
day, and I think that was like 13, which is
Wow.
dirt cheap.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember getting them for like $8 at one point. Same with Elvis. Elvis records have went up, and they're not
Yeah.
worth shit because they printed so many of them.
Yeah. I
Except for
think
the
my
one I have.
Animalize was $7. I think I got Animalize at a flea market for like
I
$7.
bet
Love
that's what
Gun
I
I think was
paid
like
for mine.
15.
Animalize was probably $7 or $8.
It seems like it's not that hot. Like
I think I
Asylum, I
got
looked up
I
too.
think
It's
I
like you
got
can get that cheap.
Animalize at vintage stock
Okay.
back
Yeah,
in
the
the day.
older Crazy Nights seems like it's a little tough to get for a decent
Yeah. Which of
coin.
course I bought a 2014 reissue, and now I've seen several OGs for like $30, which now I would have paid that because I paid that
I'll
for the
try.
reissue.
I'll try for an OG, but yeah, I've got a couple in my cart on Amazon, so I guess we should start now
Yeah,
after the to be hot in the shade to be continued. Now we'll start going through our records.
what a mess.
Um, yeah, it is a mess. It's a shame, but the good part is
I feel like I
fingers
should have wrote
crossed.
it down so I could have done it in
Yeah,
like
look at it.
actual timeline.
That was
I
a
got
pretty
all
good timeline
I got
though.
all worked up. I got fucking angry for
Yeah.
no reason. And
It's
it's
all
a
right. We're
happy
gonna talk
day. We're
about records
recording
now.
a
It's cool.
show. We've got records to show and talk about, show and
That's right.
tell. Show
I
and
have
tell
quite a
ski.
few.
I
So
have three because Hot in the Shade Dilemma set me back. But I've got Hot in the Shade and another one on the way, which the other one should be here. It says Wednesday, but I'm thinking it's gonna be more like Tuesday.
with that being said,
Yeah.
let's get
You
into
well
our
you got eight, I got three. So you do a couple and then I'll go.
okay. It's like Christmas. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a couple because I got more to start. All right,
Well,
let's
and
see.
we
I'm gonna try
know
to
what
go.
we have because we text about it all the time.
Yes, I'm gonna try to
Literally
go
all
in
we do is
order.
text about records. And then
I like to
last
text about
night
other stuff too.
we texted about politics a little bit, which was odd. We never do that.
Yeah, that was.
That
Yeah.
was
Okay.
strange.
I will go kind of in order. I think this one starts. This is a new release, and I had to get it on the day it came out. Ministry's Squirrely Years, re-releases of songs from their early and this is a cover. I probably shouldn't, for YouTube purposes, show the actual cover, but it's a squirrel with a boner. Um, it's got this is the red vinyl edition. I almost ordered the green and black one or green and white, whatever it is, from Amazon, but this was here in person, so I
Is that
got
the one
it
I
the day
sent
it came
you as
out.
the green and white one?
No, you showed me this. It was this one, I think, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
no. There's like three different
I
colors
think it was
that you can
orange or
get.
something.
Or that's what this is, orange. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I meant. But yeah, it's a bunch of Ministries tracks from the early years re-recorded
Which I
in a
listened to it. It's pretty
different
cool.
manner. Yeah, and the early synthwave stuff is cool. I like it, but Al Jorgensen, the mastermind behind Ministry, does not like that shit because it was basically he was a young kid. The record companies were like,
Even
"Hey,
though he
you're gonna be."
reissued it.
Well, he remade those songs. They remade those songs.
Yeah, but they're still pretty synth poppy.
They're a little heavier. If you listen to the original stuff, like they wanted him to have like a fake British accent, and like
Well,
it was in
that was the
he
thing,
was like
man.
we were just spending the money on a shitload of cocaine and heroin and whatever. But yeah, so I like the new one a lot, but it's stuff off. I know the CD and the digital releases have two or three. They have three tracks. I think they're all from Twitch. One of them might be not from Twitch. But it's with Sympathy, Twitch, and then some of the early like Wax Tracks singles that he redid. So pretty cool. I like it. If you like Ministry and you're not aware of that, I highly recommend listening to the Squirrely Years. It's pretty sweet. I've listened to it a
And I
lot.
wasn't super into Ministry, but I did like this. I listened to the whole record.
Yeah, it's good,
It's
man.
cool.
It's really good. So second to that, I'll show this one because I'm kind of trying to go in order of which I got these.
Yeah.
This one's a bit of a bummer, but it works. I got an OG
Oh, yeah.
Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind.
I forgot
It's
about this.
Yeah, the case is a little beat up. And I put sleeves on all of them now. I bought the pack. It plays.
You feel
But
better
there's-
now that you have the sleeves, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It plays, but it definitely has a good amount of noise, and there's a couple songs that are kind of unplayable because there's a scratch through the
Yeah.
songs.
Which I don't
Um,
think I noticed when you sent it to me.
Yeah, it's definitely on there. Yeah,
But like
it's
I was
I.
telling you, I think it's these Audio Technicas. I think they're so sensitive to scratches
That could be it.
because I
You
have
said Big Bertha
some,
doesn't do that.
yeah, on my big console turntable, it doesn't skip on a lot of my records that have scratches on it, but on the Audio Technica it does. But I like the sound of the Audio Technica better because it's just a better player.
Yeah. Let me put these in
But man, some
put these in a
those big
spot.
consoles, man, they were built to last, that's for sure.
Uh, and then I guess to do one more real quick. Yeah, Peace of Mind's a bit of a bummer, but I'll probably just to complete my collection someday. I'll probably just get the 2015
It's a
remaster,
placeholder.
unless I can find a good OG. Because I'm still like I have a few Maiden records now. I have all of them on CD, but on vinyl I want all of them again. But I would like some OGs.
Yeah.
So
Well,
and then
and if you find another one that you're comfortable after you're done, and then you go back and you find another one, then you could just turn around and flip that one.
yeah,
Because who knows?
exactly.
By then, that one could be worth fucking $100.
Maybe it will,
Who
even with a
knows?
deep scratch.
Maybe it
Okay,
will.
and then last show I talked about this one. This one was on its way in the mail, and this one actually had some USPS debacle with it.
Oh
It went somewhere
man,
else and sat there and said it was mislabeled or something, and then it finally came in. It was like 2 weeks, which is long
I was
enough for
like,
me to
call
be
him,
getting
man, call
pissed.
him, get
Yeah,
it
and the
figured out.
seller, I talked to the seller, and they were like, "It says it was misshipped," and I'm like, "That's I saw
So that's
that.
on
I
you.
just yeah. So did you write my number down wrong or whatever?" But it's the 20th anniversary reissue of Killswitch Engage's first album, who we saw live a couple weeks back. Mariah's second or third time seeing him. Good album, man. It's early. It's early metalcore for sure, but it's got some pretty good tunes on it. Like,
Yeah,
and they're just you can see the younglings on the record, so that's pretty cool. It's called like Coke Bottle Clear or something.
yeah,
It's the color of the
yeah.
record, and it's almost like split down the middle. Like one side's a certain color and the other side. Sounds great. I don't have anything this heavy on vinyl, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, not anything this like modern slash heavy. So,
Yeah.
but it sounds good. I'm gonna listen to it again. I played it one day, kind of in the background, and yeah, it's a good one. I like it. So, that's those three, and then I have five others. But why don't you do one of yours here so we can
Okay.
kind of break it up a little bit? I just wanted to show the first couple. Actually, there's one I got before all of those. I think that I just got right after our last show. So.
All right. So first up, from 1993. I hate this light.
It's okay.
There we go. I'll do
We
that
can
one.
see it.
From 1993, Death, Individual Thought Patterns,
We're
featuring
not worried,
friend of the
children.
show, Andy LaRock on guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And this was Gene Hoglan's first appearance with Death as well, who I was a fan of, which made me listen to this band, other than their amazing documentary and you liking them. And you
Yeah.
actually talked to Andy about this when he was on, because I didn't at the time, I didn't really know. I'd listened to some of it just because he was on it to prep for the interview, but mainly the packaging is what I was so excited about for this because I didn't really know what was in it when I got it. And when I looked it up on Discogs before it got here, I thought I was getting this like milky black and white splatter vinyl, which it's not,
Yeah. The
just
reissues have
black.
been.
But I mean, that
Yeah.
label was sick,
Yeah.
that picture. And then this is what really got me because I mean, this is a fucking death metal band called Death. And
Like one of the originals.
the
Them and
pack
Possessed.
the packaging though is like better than pop star
Yeah.
packaging today. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
You got all the lyrics there,
And for $20 or whatever
pictures,
was it,
and
18?
it was like $19 on Amazon. And I am gonna get Symbolic. It's having its,
May it comes out, I think.
yeah, next month. So that'll be a little birthday treat to myself.
That's
Um
symbolic and individual thought patterns. I think symbolic is regarded as like the best. It depends who you listen to, but
I've heard from a lot of like prog guys on YouTube that their favorite is Symbolic.
Yeah, Symbolic's
Um,
a really good record.
because this is around that time where Chuck gets really like,
It was like the like early
yeah,
to
this
mid
this is
'90s. He started progging.
93.
Chuck was such a friendly, like normal guy, and then
Dude,
you
and
give him a
like,
guitar and he just shreds and screams, and like he's just really just an insane musician, man. Like he was an insane musician. It sucks that he's gone because,
yeah,
but look at the
and
legacy.
crazy.
Like
Yeah,
when people talk about death metal, if you talk about death metal, you cannot not talk about death. And a lot of times the argument is it possessed. I think it's called like some Seven Churches or something.
hmm,
That's one of the early death metal records too. Morbid Angel stuff, but like I'm sure the music snobs would be like, "You've never heard of
yeah.
Bleeding Esophagus before," and they were the first death metal band. But whatever, dude. They were underground. Who cares? Chuck Schuldiner was the man. He's gone way too soon.
Yeah,
And
brain tumor, which is super fucking
yeah, it was like a
gnarly.
spinal brain thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really fucked up. But yeah, he was amazing, and just had a good slew of musicians that played with him through the
yeah,
years too. But I think 7 albums total.
something
Uh,
like that. Yeah,
Scream Bloody
this one,
Gore, Leprosy,
Leprosy is another one that I want. The one,
Spiritual
what's
Healing,
the spiritual healing? That was
Individual Thought
the
Patterns, Symbolic,
third.
Sound of
There
Perseverance,
was one. Human was before
Human. Yeah, yeah.
individual
I
thought
was
patterns.
spouting them off. Yeah,
Yeah,
Humans good as well.
that's the
That's when the
91.
progginess
Yeah,
starts kind of kicking it. But Scream Bloody Gore is decent, the first record, but it's a little too like I like death metal from time to time.
yeah,
I do like death metal, I should say. But I don't it's one that I have to take in small doses, and if I listen to death, I'm set because
yeah.
that's all I need for that.
Right.
And Morbid
And
I like
that's,
Morbid Angel too.
yeah, Morbid Angel's cool. But like as far as like collecting, this will probably be the most like extreme I get
That's the most
into.
extreme music you probably have
Oh,
currently.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, I think it's funny that I'm getting into heavier stuff as I get older. Because usually you're
Yeah.
into super heavy shit when you're young, and then you kind of grow and like,
It lightens up a little
yeah,
bit.
you lighten up. But yeah, I mean, it's just something to expand the collection. And
I was really proud when you said you were buying it, man. I was like,
I
I can't believe you got that because I've had it in my cart for since we
yeah.
started this whole thing.
And
The
I
vinyl.
saw the price too, and I'm like, you can't beat
Yeah,
that. And it's Andy, like he's our
Andy's on it too.
boy.
Yes, yes,
Um,
friend of the
and
show.
yeah, I mean, because up until we started really doing the music stuff, that's when I first got into King Diamond, even.
Yeah,
So I'd say
thought
yeah,
patterns are great
that
too.
Merciful Fate, King Diamond. Those are the heaviest things I have by far. But
And
Death is
King and stuff is like
yeah.
it's like a kicked up Judas Priest, man.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
anything
I
too
mean,
crazy.
it's more what the lyrics are. Like Merciful Fate
Yes,
gets a little
yes,
more, into the coven
crazy.
shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Grandma.
Grandma, gonna push you
Anyways, yeah,
down the stairs.
that's a big hitter, man. For
Yeah.
me, Death, that's a big like I need Death stuff, and then you got it, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
great, now I have to
And
start collecting
and as soon
because
as
I wanted it.
well, I knew I was gonna get Symbolic because when I ordered this, I was like, well, what am I gonna get next? And I knew that was gonna be it because I'd heard everybody talking about it
Symbolic's kind
on
of yeah.
YouTube. Shout out to Pete Pardo on Sea of Tranquility. I don't know if you've ever watched that channel.
Oh yeah, I watched that
love
Sea of
Pete,
Tranquility,
dude.
dude. Yeah, yeah.
He's so cool. I started watching him actually during COVID.
Does he do all the rankings and stuff?
Yeah,
Is
he
that the
does
guy?
rank. He does
Yeah,
rank, the gray haired guy with the glasses.
older dude.
Yeah,
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 yep.
yep. I watched that
And then
guy
they
too.
do
Since I've started this.
Friday morning at the Fun House. Him and Martin Popoff, who writes a bunch of books.
Yeah,
That yeah,
yeah, that's
big fan
cool.
of that channel. I've sent several emails trying to get on
To
it.
him. Yeah.
uh, I actually should send him an email just to get him on the channel. And we talk to him because he's a cool dude.
That'd be cool. Maybe we'll save it
Um,
for the new channel. Get us a little
yeah.
expo.
But that
If we
yeah,
do that,
that's he's the one that he was talking about albums in 1995 or whatever. He's doing his countdown.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he mentioned Symbolic, and I was like, dude, I should totally get some fucking Death vinyl. And saw that one, I was like, I got to get that because Andy's on it. And then I saw Symbolic wasn't coming out till May, so
Yep, that's
I'll
the
get
guy,
that then.
100%. I've
Yeah.
watched mostly his older videos, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely the
Dude,
guy.
I love that channel. And
I was
everybody's on it, so they're good. They're good.
yeah,
Very knowledgeable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go next, and I guess I'll kind of do two in one because I got both of these the same day, and I think I actually got these before what I had just showed. But my original intent, I was going for Hotter Than Hell
Yeah.
at Block Street Records, my local block store. I I like the Japanese thing. It
It's so
reminds me of
cool.
like the WCW and New Japan crossover
Yeah.
because it's like, why is it Japanese? But it just is.
Yeah.
And it's a good record, man. Parasite. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo. Like, that's such a cool song, dude.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Hotter Than Hell. She looked good. She was hotter than hell.
All the Way is my favorite on that record.
All the Ways.
Yeah. All the Way.
All the Way
Yeah.
is, yeah. Side 2.
Bam,
Yeah.
bam.
Really good condition.
It is in really good
$20.
condition.
So
Looks better than mine.
But I got that, and then while I was there, I naturally found something else that I needed.
Oh, you didn't tell me you got it.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, I got Hair of the Dog,
Fuck yeah,
$11.99, dude.
Yeah.
I had to do it. They had a bunch of Nazareth, and a lot of it's cheap, like
Yeah.
$7 and stuff.
That's
But
one
I
of
saw
those
Hair of the Dog
bands,
for
man.
11, and I was like, I gotta have it.
It's totally
Hair of the
worth
Dog.
$11.
Yeah, this album we did it on the show back in the day, but
And
Hair of the
it's
Dog
finding
is
new
such a good
life.
fucking album.
That one still gets views all the time. I don't know.
I remember like when my mom got this CD when I was a kid, and she's like, "Oh, Nazareth is cool." I'm like, "Nazareth?" Like, of course, I didn't know anything about it back then, and
You're
she
like,
showed
Jesus
me.
of Nazareth?
Yeah, yeah. But
No.
like, there's not a bad song on this album. Like,
Miss
they're
Misery
all
is so good.
Miss Misery is good. Beggar's Day, I really like the
Mhm.
guitar riff on that
Mhm.
one. The even Whiskey Drinking Woman.
Oh,
Please don't Judas me. Like, there's so many good friggin' songs on it. Love Hurts. Like, I can go without that because I've heard it in that 70s show.
I know, but even so.
Such a good one. Anyways,
Fucking
those
love
are
that
those
song.
two.
His
Those are
voice
two
is
of my
so
recent
cool.
favorites. Yeah, it is.
That was the first rock album that I ever remember hearing. That and
Yeah.
Whitesnake 87
It was
self-titled.
definitely an early one. Like, aside from like Zeppelin and shit like that, like Nazareth was an early one for me.
I'll never forget me and my older sister sitting in the back seat. This was before car seats. I should have been in one, but just like with the windows rolled down.
Before car seats, what are you, fucking 80?
Son of a bitch! I just mean before like they really enforced it.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I'd be like, mess with a son of a bitch, now you're messing with a son. That's the cowbell, by the way. Ting, 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 ting.
Nope.
It's such a cool song.
And then
it was one of my first guitar riffs I learned too back in the day, for sure.
Heartbreaker, soul
first act.
shaker.
I've been told about you.
Hell yeah, man. I'm gonna have to listen to that after this.
Dude, it's a good. I didn't tell you about that one.
No, you didn't tell me.
Got you excited, man.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next one? I got 3 left after this.
Oh, okay.
I've been spending some time in. I had a lot of them come in the mail, and then I found most of these are mail order. Yeah, like only a couple of them are local. So yeah.
Yeah. All of these are from the mail.
Mail order, not because of mail order bride. They're mail order records. You would confuse the two.
You would, but it's not.
And there would be a tariff on your mail order bride too. So, and leave that in. Leave that in. Yeah, for sure.
So this one was kind of inspired by you because you pulled the trigger on a bootleg, even though I didn't know it was a bootleg. I thought yours was legit, honestly, because I could have swore I saw it.
It's like legit unofficial.
And whatever, you know.
UK release.
Yeah, so mine, I had to have it because I love this fucking record so much.
Yes.
And also I really wanted How the Gods Kill, Danzig 3, but that one's a little tougher to find. But 2, Elusive is a little easier to find. I'm going to go to the same place. Angry, Young, and Poor. I'm going to put a link to them because they're fucking badass.
And they're angry,
Super
young, and poor.
fast.
So why would you not like them?
Yeah, right. Super fast shipping. Yeah, I mean, they were great to deal with. And as soon as I got it, I was hoping I would get the pink, and I got the pink. And I know I'm
Yeah.
touching it, and it's gonna freak people out, but I clean all my records before I listen to them anyways. Um, the only bummer to this is if I can get it back in the plastic, which I'm having.
Was the OG pink? Probably not. They didn't do colored shit
No,
back in
no,
the day,
no,
right?
no. And
Yeah.
it was the Def Jam label. This is just the cover.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely unofficial, but I've seen, and I don't know if it's true because I thought Danzig and Rick Rubin were still on good terms, but apparently it's just because Glenn doesn't want to split the
They don't want to split the
residuals.
royalties with
Yeah. So
Rick
the
Rubin.
original is a
Whatever,
gatefold.
man.
This is not a gatefold. And there's the
Okay.
back, but it does have the Def Jam little logo down there. I'm cool with it. Sounds good. It sounds like a vinyl. I mean, it doesn't sound any worse because it's a bootleg. I mean, it sounds
Even
good.
the unofficials sound good, man. As long as
Yeah.
if they get it right. That's you showed me that, and I was like, oof, that's tough because that's one that I would like to have in the
Well, and I
collection.
I don't want to
Like,
spend $150, $200 on an original.
oh, you
When
mean
I
300?
Yeah, when I can get it for it still has the price sticker on it, 26.99,
Yeah, that's
And
okay for a.
it's a cool fucking record store in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A little punk rock fucking vinyl store, and they have all kinds of shit there if I can get this in the plastic. Um, but they have t-shirts and action figures and all kinds of stuff. I was perusing their website for a while. But yeah,
Yeah.
just and you really brought this to my attention is when you do get those, you gotta watch for like shards of fucking
Was that one
debris.
pretty dirty
Oh,
with the
it was
debris
bad,
too?
dude.
Yeah,
It was
the Alice in
so,
Chains ones were like covered in
That's
it.
nothing on the store because these are sealed. So,
Yeah, they're just
um,
so it's not like an official release, so
they're
it's not the
cut by
yes. And there was a
somebody
lot of
who
shavings.
has no business doing
Yes.
it
Because the
legally.
first time I put Alice in Chains self-titled on it was like really crispy, and then a
Yeah,
couple times it skipped. I was like, what the fuck? And I had wiped it pretty well, but there was still a few little stringies on there
yeah.
from it being cut. So, but they like that one. I think I said in the last one, like the records say Columbia, but the actual sleeve does not say Columbia, and that was kind of like the dead giveaway of
So
like
mine's the opposite.
unofficial.
The sleeve says Def
Yours actually,
Jam,
but the
but
record
the record
doesn't.
doesn't.
It's not black and it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's cool though. I mean, hey, you know
Yeah,
what,
and
man?
then on
If there's something,
the spine doesn't have numbers or the record company. It
yeah,
just
the
says
official,
Danzig really small, the logo
yeah,
on there.
ST 3051 or
Yeah,
whatever
but
they say.
whatever, dude. It sounds cool. Twist a cane, She Rides, Am I Demon,
What you
fucking
showed me, it sounded
Mother.
good too. Yeah,
Yeah.
the man, in a certain, if you're a record collector, this is the way I'm a new record collector or whatever. But the way I see it, if I'm not gonna ever be able to get my hands on it, then like, and I really want it, unofficial is cool. But when I bought the Alice in Chains one, not knowing like I do, I thought it might have been official because I was like, oh shit, man, it's usually $500. It's $40,
Yeah.
and
And
it's not.
all that has to happen is just reissue the original. I will
Yeah,
gladly buy an
I'll buy
official.
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for me, this
Well,
would be
I
the
want the
30-year
gatefold, and I
anniversary.
want all the trimmings with it that
Yeah,
aren't shavings of.
the not to be confused with the trimmings that are all over the
Yeah.
record.
But yeah, I mean, I want because he did 5, 6, 7, and then like the Black Aria and all that stuff. His instrumental shit. And then, of
Yeah,
course, the newer ones are all on vinyl. But like 1 through 4, the only way you can get them, other than spending hundreds of dollars, is these unofficial ones. And
yeah,
those are the records that I really like because it's before he got industrial in the late
yeah.
90s, which I like those records. It's just, and I'll eventually get them, but I want
One, two, and three are the kings for
yeah,
sure.
I want 1 through 4 for
Yeah.
sure. Like before I buy any of which I probably, fuck, I'm getting in my
Okay.
head.
Up next, so this was one that actually my brother-in-law and
Is
I
this
were
your
the only
last
ones
one?
bidding on. No, I got two more after this.
Okay. So
but I'll make it quick.
do yours and then I'll finish with mine.
Okay. This one, my brother-in-law, I both were bidding on it on eBay, and he ended up saying, I don't want it. I want something older. And I said, cool, I'll take it because it was $11 plus shipping. Godflesh, you can hardly see it, but it's a snake and stuff on the cover. Godflesh.
I didn't know you got that either.
Yeah, it was 11. It was like $17 total. This is their 2023 album. Godflesh is a UK two guys, Justin Broderick and BC Green, kind of always has been, and it's two dudes in a drum machine, and it's industrial, very industrial.
Not to be confused with two turntables and a microphone.
I saw their first record, or their big first record, Street Cleaner, at Block Street the other day on the yellow vinyl official from Earache, and I really wanted to get it. It was $40, and I was like, I better not do this. I got bills to pay. But got their new one off eBay, and yeah, it sounds good. That one I actually not heard.
You and your brother-in-law were both bidding on it?
We were both bidding on it, and then he was like, I don't think I'm going to get it. I want to get it.
So now he's in the vinyl game, or he was in it before?
He's trying to be in the vinyl. He's getting into the vinyl game. I think he's up to like 5 or 6 records now, but he likes like underground shit and supporting artists, which I get. I do too, but he was like, you're doing it right. You're buying stuff that you like. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you're supposed to do, not buy just because people say you have to.
Yeah, anyways, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, that
if you're watching this and you're new to collecting, because I mean, I'll admit I probably would have made the same mistake. Buy what you're going to listen to. Don't buy it just because somebody else says you have to have it. We've said this before. Just because people say you have to own Dark Side of the Moon, I don't.
Well, that was not one in particular, but yes.
Right.
Like he bought a rando from
I'm using
Block
that
Street.
as an example.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, buy what
And
you
I
want.
probably will eventually get it. I'm not saying I like that record.
I'll have it at some point, but I don't smoke weed anymore, so I'm like,
I'm not
it's
chomping at the bit to get it.
Yeah, I want some Pink
477
Floyd.
different reissues of it.
Yes, yeah. After that, this is an album I had to have because it's probably one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. We've also done it on the show. Alice in Chains' Dirt, the Walmart one with the orange. It's not orange. It's like what do you call that? Like
bronze,
very red. It's
ruby.
God, I had the name in my head. Anyways, it's very red, and it sounds amazing. And yeah, it's got great songs on it. It's got Rooster on it, which I actually got my Rooster.
Oh yeah, I saw that
the other day. So
I followed your artist too.
Yeah, Enrique Tattooer, he goes by, but his name's Christian. He's in Springfield. Dude's been tattooing like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years, and he's
just good job.
He freehanded that. I mean,
that's pretty awesome.
That's free-handed. He did my Eddie as well. He's kind of my go-to guy now. So I was like, just go ahead and book me for next time I'm up here. So, but all I got left is hard spots. So.
Oh yeah, that inside arm meat is gonna be a little tender.
He was like, yeah, that's gonna suck, man. But this was on my elbow a little bit, and that was enough for me to go, what the fuck, man? He's like, I love you, buddy. It was rough. So, Alice in Chains' Dirt. That's, like I said, one of my probably top 5 albums. Top 10 for sure. Probably top 5 though.
We need to redo because we haven't done that since. I mean, we were still doing wrestling. We just randomly did that one.
Yeah, that's true. We should redo that again because it changes. I think Rage Against the Machine. was
mine
in the
has
top 5
changed
last time
completely since then.
Yeah, we should for sure do that.
Should we do artists or albums first? Chime in the comments. Tell us what we should do first.
Yeah, our top 5 artists or top 5 albums first, because albums are gonna be tough.
10. We got to do 10.
Yes. Last album, most recent. I actually got this Friday. Yeah, last Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, this one I found on eBay. And Megadeth 13.
Oh no, it's busted already.
I actually was not. I don't think I was watching this, and then I got an email that said it was relisted. Maybe I was watching it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what he relisted at 40 or something. I ended up sending him an offer for like 28, and then he went up, and then we kind of met in the middle.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I got the shipping confirmation, and I was like, "That's awesome," because I haven't been able to find it for like a decent it's been kind of an expensive album, but then when I looked on Discogs, I saw that it recently sold for like $26.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's not, obviously it's not Megadeth's most amazing album, but it's got a lot of really cool tracks on it, and it's one that I was not currently listening to Megadeth when it came out. And now that I've heard it and listened to it, I'm like, it's a pretty good. It's one of their better modern records.
Yeah,
Like it's
that would
pretty
have been
good.
their most recent album when we became friends.
Yes, it was like 2013 or something. I think
It
is
was
when it came out.
2011.
2011. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because 2012 or
because
13
I had
was super
just
quiet and it
started
was
at the
not good.
country club when it came out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And I listened to it twice, and I think it's the mystique of having a record that is kind of like harder to come by. But I saw someone post on Reddit too a while back and was like, I'm listening to this today, and I was like, and it was a vinyl. I was like, I've got to find this record, and then
Yeah,
it popped up a couple days
and
later, and I
when
bought it.
yeah, and when you sent it to me, I went on Apple Music because I was at work, and the last
Yeah,
Saturday, that
yeah,
sound about right?
yeah. It sounds because it came pretty quick.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah,
So yeah, and
I
then I
want.
looked it up for you, and I was like, well, it's technically the first issue of it on vinyl in the US because
Yeah,
Europe
so
got a
it'll.
press and US got a picture disc, but it was limited to like a couple hundred or something.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it's not. I want to find Endgame now because that's the one before that, which is
yeah,
also when I did my Megadeth deep dive. I'd never listened to Endgame either. I think that's like '09 or something it came out, and maybe before that. But that one's probably about like this one, a little harder to find on vinyl. So it's the hot in the shade thing. Like I want the ones that are hard to find too. You
it's
know,
yeah,
I
and
think
it's
we all do as
the
collectors.
thrill of the chase.
Yes, the thrill of the chase. Because even if I'm not intending on buying something, I'm gonna surf eBay until and if I find something, I'm like, let's
Yeah,
just watch it for a couple days.
one quick thought before I show my last one, and I've given it away already. So I see a lot of people on YouTube who try their best to stay away from eBay, Amazon, all that stuff, shopping for records online because it's the thrill of the chase in person.
Oh,
I
I
couldn't
gotcha.
do that.
Yeah,
I
that's
I
tough.
don't have enough options.
Yeah,
So I don't think that I mean I like that
that's not for
concept. Like
everybody.
if I was in a major hub, like if you're in like New Jersey, New York,
Chicago,
Chicago, Los
yeah,
Angeles, where you
yes,
have 20, 30
a
different record
variety
stores.
of
Yeah.
record stores. Yeah,
Even like Memphis, St. Louis, places like that, like
yeah,
where
cities, big
a
cities,
metro area
metroplex.
where
Yeah,
yeah, where there's a variety. Yeah, that's awesome. I would totally do that too because that's fun. You go to each
yeah,
place and then
and you
you
support your local shop that way
yeah, and you
too.
spend your night in one place and then you go somewhere else just to kind of look around. You're like, I'd totally rather have that. And then you got to come back next time because you got to pay bills. So that
Yeah,
would be fun. But
yeah.
then there's also the FOMO, and then you're not paying your bills because you're like, okay, well, I have to have this now.
eBay's fun for me though, just
Yeah, I like
like, and I
eBay.
noticed for you, but like just browsing when you're like
Yeah.
you got downtime
Kill
or
time, man. I do it at
and you're
work
like,
all the
oh
time.
wow, there's that because stuff just pops up.
Yeah.
Your algorithm becomes that too. So
Yeah, my job isn't necessarily the hardest thing to do. So I'm literally just sitting there a
looking all
lot
the
and I'm just
time.
like, yep,
Yeah,
cool, cool. Save for later.
yeah.
Watch.
Watch. I'm excited to see your next one. So bust it
Okay.
out. This is exciting.
So
Actually,
this one, cause like I used to have obviously everything on CD. This one is special because this was the first import I ever bought on CD. Bought it at Hastings. I paid $33 for it on CD
for the CD.
for the
Wow.
CD in 2000, summer 2000. So it would have been right after I saw Kiss on the farewell tour, right there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that was big time. But there's four new tracks on this compilation, and it was only released, or it was released everywhere but US. So it was
Okay.
after The Elder, but before Creatures. So here is the cover, which I love this
Ugh,
picture.
God, that's awesome.
Eric Carr's makeup is
It's
so
Eric. I was gonna
cool.
say it's Eric Carr. You can
That's
see
what
it right
really makes it
away.
stand out. And they've got, Paul's got the little purple headband on, the shorter
Yeah.
hair. Gene's got the little knot on the side instead of up top. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's got four new songs, or four new at the time. I'm a Legend Tonight, Down on My Knees, Nowhere to Run, Partners in Crime. I have Nowhere to Run on the Kiss World very best of whatever that came out at Walmart a few years ago.
Oh, the black cover that just says "Kiss" on it or whatever.
No, that's the Icons one. It's like the
Oh,
four
that's Icon. That's right.
faces.
Okay.
But yeah, this one, it's a UK press. It's not I had the German on the CD, so it had the different S's, the censored S's as they call them.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
So it's
and
just a
then
compilation,
yeah,
but
it's a
with a
compilation
couple
with
new
four new
songs.
tracks. Yeah, and then
I'm fascinated
it's
by that record
so
though, because
this
it's
one, yeah, it's still on the Casablanca label.
yeah, one of the
Um,
last ones on Casablanca then,
yeah,
right?
CANL. So that's how you know. You would think that would be Canada, but that's UK, which is so weird.
Hmm.
But I've checked around, and yeah, that's legit. So yeah, you got the four new songs. Starts out with two, then you got Cold Gen, Love Gun, Shout It Out Loud, Sure Know Something from Dynasty. Then side B, you get two more new ones, and then you get Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder, I Was Made for Loving You, and Rock and Roll Night live version. So the live version. Um,
Nice.
and like I think Shout It Out Loud and Detroit Rock City are the single edits.
Yeah.
So it's all a little different, but like the compilations as far as Kiss for me, it's always a new way to hear the songs. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I have all these songs, but I don't have them in this order. So that makes
Yeah.
it nice.
And it's also
Um,
like they seem like with Alive too, there's like four new tracks
yeah,
on
yeah,
it or
yeah.
whatever. Like I never knew that about Kiss until I started collecting these, but they kind of throw in like a couple new tracks on some
Yeah.
compilations.
And
Like
it's
they've made a
always
lot of
nice
music.
yeah, it's always nice to have a little something new, even with
When
the
you
old
said
stuff.
when you said Kiss Killers before, when you're like I need Killers and you said not to be confused with Killers at one point, I'm like, is that one of their studio albums? And I looked it up and I was like, it's not. But then I
Yeah,
saw the Wikipedia like it was under the compilations or whatever. So
yeah.
it's one that
So
I'll be fascinated with because you have it and because it's harder
I
to
thought
come
this
by.
was really cool.
Home taping is killing music.
This is the original UK insert that came with it.
Wow.
But yeah, I showed that to Amanda when I pulled it out. I was
When you
like,
used to
when
put
I
it
pulled it out.
when you'd put it in the CD, you'd play the CD and then you'd put it on the cassette and
Yeah,
record.
home
Yeah.
taping. So this is for vinyl though, because yeah, it's
Yeah,
on
so I'm sure
vinyl.
there was a converter or
Oh
something
yeah,
you
yeah,
could do
yeah. You
that.
could do that
But
too.
because
Um,
I used to make myself just mix tapes of different songs on CDs
yeah, my first turntable it had a turntable on the top and
and
then
cassette player.
cassettes. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it was
so
kind
you
of
could
built
do
in that
that.
way.
Yeah, but this, I mean,
Nice.
when I had that one was already in the time of CDs. So,
Yeah.
but I was weird. I mean, even when I was a kid, I would buy CDs and cassettes because I mean, sometimes I couldn't afford a CD, so I would buy the cassette because it was cheaper.
Funny CD. I almost actually had Megadeth 13 on CD in my cart for a little bit, and then that happened, and I was like, well, I can
I've
delete it
had
now.
instances like that myself with a couple of
Yeah.
albums where I'm like,
Just
yeah, I'll just get it.
like
But then
I'm
I'm
gonna get
like,
it
but
on
at that
CD
point,
just
I
to
can
have
just
it.
listen it on Apple Music.
Yes. It's easier for me at this point without a CD player. I just don't have a proper CD player now. Like one with good speakers.
Yeah, and I've got my old Blu-ray because we've got 4K player in the living room, so I've got my old
Yeah.
Blu-ray player hooked up
That's what you would use.
to my system.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
the pickups this go around.
yeah,
A lot on my behalf. Probably less next time for me. I don't know. We'll see
I
if
don't
we
think
do it
so.
every 2 weeks. Probably not. I got to count and
I
see where
know
I'm at. You said 100 by
you've got
August.
one right
I've got
coming.
one. Yeah, as of today, I've got one coming, and then I'm sure I'll stop by Block Street
I
at
was gonna
some
say,
point in
was
the
that
next
the
2 weeks.
replacement for not going today because you didn't feel like going?
No, that was just like I'm gonna send an offer, and if he accepts it, cool, and he did.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, because I wanted to go, but I was like, I'll just swing by another day, see what
Yeah,
they got left over
I
for
just feel
Record
like
Store
it'll still
Day.
be busy from Record Store Day.
Yeah, that's my thing. People are still going to get all that, and I'm gonna go check the Kiss section, check the Rush section,
Oh
check the
yeah,
metal
we had that
section because I always have to
conversation too.
check that. Yeah, so I need to. Yeah,
All right.
I almost got moving pictures in place of dirt. So,
Wow.
but I need not. Oh, I shouldn't say. I almost got both, but I knew I wasn't gonna buy both, and I was like, I
Right.
have to have dirt, so I'm not
Yeah.
doing moving pictures yet.
All right. Do a quick count and then we'll call it.
Do a count.
Yeah, do a count.
Okay, so let me put these
This
back
is
on the
this is
shelf.
the recurring segment of the end of the show now.
The count.
I think you were at 30.
It was that definitely sounds about right, but let's check this out here. The sleeve is slipping off, so I need to let's see. Put Megadeth back on here. Megadeth comes before Metallica. Yeah, take that, James Hetfield.
My band comes first.
My band comes first in alphabetical order, and I
Because
did it
it's
on
actually
purpose.
originally what I wanted to do anyways.
Yeah, I'm still bitter about this whole fucking thing. I've
He
never
seems
gotten
so
over
cool
it.
though. I love how we always make fun of him, but he seems so cool.
I know Dave's awesome, man. I don't have a problem with him whatsoever. I just he always
I
he's
still
just a
want to
bitter guy.
that reel I always come up on the fucking voicemail. I still want to put that as mine. The kid that goes, "I'm too busy listening to Megadeth to come to the phone. Don't call back."
All right, here we
Hello,
go.
me. Meet the real me.
Meet the real me. My misfits way of life. Now I have to see. Now I'm getting in the rabbit hole of fixing the
Oh
sleeves
yeah.
because they're getting all mismatched. Okay, let's
Ladies and
go.
gentlemen, what you're seeing right now, right before your naked, steaming eyes,
To the
is
back of my chair.
is the OCD, ADD, autism, bipolar
Of record
fixation
collector.
of a record
Here
collector.
we go.
Look at him,
One,
he's
two,
itching.
three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 37 and a 7-inch.
Yeah.
So
So
38
38.
coming up soon. 38 coming up here soon, like official. Yeah. So
Because we
I,
counted I counted the 7-inch last time. So yeah, 38.
yeah, 38. So it'll be 39 soon. So I'll
If
break
I counted
40 by the next
all
show.
my 45s, I would have a lot more
Yeah.
than I have.
Okay. Yeah. So that's it. I'm at 38 as of
Cool.
today, as of this recording, but it'll
So
go
you've got
up.
one on
So
the way, so 39.
yeah.
We'll probably do another. We'll probably wait till I get hot in the shade to do another show. So
If I can
probably
keep it to
2 weeks.
just 3 to 5, then that would be good. But
I, th-
um,
you're at 38, 39's on its way. I'll say you'll have 45 at the
by
end
the next
by the
show.
next show. Yeah, 2 weeks. That's not
We'll
bad.
see. Yeah, we'll see what I run into. I gotta. I get to a certain point where I gotta wait for payday, just
Oh
because
yeah,
I like don't want to overspend and be hemorrhaging money.
yeah.
Because yeah.
Not
Anyways,
not paying a bill.
yeah. That does it for this edition of the show. Thank you for watching and listening. Leave the comments about what you think we should do channel wise. Like, should we do a
Should we
different
start over?
channel? Should we start over? Should we rename it? Is it the algorithm? What is it? And then also top 10 or top 5 albums slash artists. Which ones would you rather hear an
We'll do
updated version of?
both, but
I don't think we've, yeah, which one should we do first? I don't think we've done a top albums
I
ever. Like
think
our,
we did both when we did the heels and quads behind the music or whatever I called it.
I
I
can't
think we
remember
did
if we
top
did
10 artists and
albums.
top 10 albums. I think we did both. It
Maybe
was
we
a
did.
long one.
Okay. Yeah, I would imagine because I get on a
Yeah.
tirade about something. So
I I will say I think we should do artists first.
yeah, that helps because then we can kind of base albums off of that too. But then
Yeah.
there's also just albums that I like that are not my favorite artists.
And what I like to do is because when I say my favorite albums, I try like in my top 10, I try not to do the same artist twice.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that
it's like,
helps
yeah,
too.
that's my favorite, but I have to welcome everybody in it.
Yeah, it gives you more variety in the albums for sure.
Which
Yeah,
nobody will have any question what my favorite album of all time is. So
I actually don't know that, but yeah, we'll get there. I'm trying to think of what that would be, but
you know.
until yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Until then, thanks for watching. Tell your friends,
Tell your enemies.
and we'll see you next time.
Oh my God, we have to go be dads.